no matter when I'm gone, right? No matter when I'm gone, whether it's my daughter, whether it's my daughter's mother, whether it's my mother, whether it's whatever the case may be, how do I put my family in position to live a prosperous life even when I'm gone? Right? And so for me, I was smiling my tail off when I was on the phone telling the people, yeah, look, this the transition, this the beneficiary, this the beneficiary, and look, I'm going to add this to the trust so the trust could take over. The man was like, yeah, just add us on to the trust. And in my mind, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, damn, it's crazy. Like, so now at this point now, I've now put my family in the line. Right? I put my family in the line for the wealth transfer. Like, how many of us are putting our people in line for the wealth transfer? Right? And so we think we need all the money now, but the thing is we are dead longer than we're alive. So why not put things into preparation of putting things in order while we have the chance, while we continuously to accumulate? Right? And so now once you put things in order, every day of your life, you can be accumulating wealth and putting wealth in position and putting things in position for those who are here with you and those who follow you. You feel me? So even if you learning how to trade, there's nothing wrong with learning how to trade, but make sure you got some other things in order right now so you can make sure your people are in line for the wealth transfer. You feel me? We wasn't never in line. I don't know about y'all, but nobody put me in the line for the wealth transfer. So I had to be the one to start putting people in line for the wealth transfer. Even a good word said a good man leaves inheritance for his children's children. His children's children. Her children's children. Learning how to invest is how you put your people in line. All of us at one point, got up, went to work, did our thing. All right, cool. And at that point, what comes after that? What comes after that? What are we going to do? Make sure our children have a job? No, we need to make sure our children understand the difference between privileged and entitlement. My daughter will understand that she is privileged and that she will get so many opportunities because she is my child. Not entitled, but privileged. There's nothing wrong with that. Because if I've went through and you went through all the things that we went through in life and we understood how hard it is, how much the struggle is, why wouldn't we psychologically put our kids in a better position than what we had to do? That only makes sense. Right? So when it came to building my business, when it came to me being a great investor, when it came to me understanding the dynamics of how to be successful, it wasn't about me. It was because I understood that I wanted my daughter to understand what it was like to have opportunities, what it was like to say, baby girl, you want to go to college? Cool. I want you to get a scholarship, but if you don't get a scholarship, you won't be $70,000 in debt. We're going to pay that out. You feel me? You won't be $70,000. You won't be $80,000 in debt because you decided to go to college. We'll pay that out and we'll let you keep going. Right? So that's the amazing part about being privileged and having opportunities. Right? So when I see my homies and stuff copping the Lambos and I'm like, yo, that's love. Look, I got some other, and I'm not saying they not, because I know they taking care of it. But so everybody designed different. So because I see them doing that, you know what that tell me in my mind? Okay, cool. I can do that too. That's a reality for me because I see how they grind and I see how they getting busy. Cool. That's a reality for me too. But let me take care of this right quick. Let me make sure my little one good. Let me make sure my mama good. Let me make sure these people right around me good. And then we can do the other things later. Because those are the fruits of the labor. There's nothing wrong with eating the fruits of the labor. But make sure you got some other seeds planted as well. I want y'all to start planting seeds, yo. I want you to start planting seeds that you're not even worried about eating. I want you to start planting seeds that you're not worried about eating, but that the next generation can eat off of. You feel me? I want you to start planting those kind of seeds. I want you to start putting seeds in place for trees that you can't even eat off of. That's how we start putting the next generations in position to succeed and win. So for me, I'm going to keep on learning everything I got to learn about learning how to invest in the stock market. Why? Because I want to be the greatest investor in my family line. So now when my kids come and my kids' kids come, now they like, yo, man, my daddy taught me this. This where I'm going. This what I'm doing. He taught me how to invest. He taught me how to evaluate a business. He taught me how to do this because you do it young. But you can't teach them what you don't know. A lot of times we didn't get taught what we needed to get taught because the people before us didn't really know about it. So that's why I tell people all the time, I ain't mad at the generations before me. They probably didn't have access to the knowledge. They was too busy trying to survive. Okay, cool. Well, I survived. I learned, and now I got out of survival mode. The problem with a lot of us is we die in survival mode. We die playing defense in life. None of us never get in offense. Right? None of us never get in offense. How do we get in offense? Learn how to invest. Learn how to start your own business. Get into offense. Stop playing defense. Stop waiting for life to throw something at you and you go out there in life and you go get it. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care how many times you got sat down. I don't care how many times life done knocked you down. Get your ass back up. Keep going. Keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? Let's start playing offense. Let's start attacking. Right? Let's start attacking. Let's start putting ourselves, let's start going after it. Let's start hunting. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, that is why I started the brand. That's why I start what I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about saying, okay, because this is what I do know. When you the only person around you thriving, when you the only person around you seeking to get in the stock market, when you the only person around you that's into wealth building, it can be hard. It can be hard. So now what you got to do is you got to get around people who thinking like that. You got to get around people who growing. You got to get around people who courage. Listen, a lot of us on here, I'm going to say it, we are good seeds. We just in bad soil. So we got to take that good seed out of that bad soil and put that good seed in some good soil. That's what the Trappers Anonymous community is. It's about taking that bad seed, putting it in some good soil, and then now being able to nurture, being around people who are going to pour into you, being around people who saying, okay, cool, look, you made that mistake. This is a mistake that I made on my journey. Let me show you so you don't got to make this. Listen, it's okay to learn from other people's mistakes. It's okay to learn from other people's mistakes. Listen, all of the mistakes I made, I pour into the group, man. This was a mistake I made. This one I made this mistake. I never try to be like I got it all together. I never try to be like I didn't make the mistakes. I would be wrong. It's because of the mistakes that I've become a great investor. It's because of the mistakes that I've learned how to be, successful in certain areas of my life. And it's because I'm still a student that I'm willing to keep learning. It's because I'm still a student that I still buy courses from people. Right? Because I want to be a learning machine. I consider myself a learning machine. So I'm going to keep learning. Right? Take that good seed, take it out that bad soil, and you put that good seed in some good soil and watch how you blossom. So many of my people in the group, I love it. I'm amazed by it. Just when I see them buying their first stocks, buying their first shares, reinvesting their dividends, how active they is in the classes. Man, I love that because I know now they're in good soil. Use my knowledge and leverage it so you can be the best investor you can be, and then keep learning. Use the knowledge of others and leverage it so you can continuously grow and be better. Salute, King, so you can keep going. The hardest thing to do is try to become successful at anything by yourself. That's the hardest thing to do because now you're trying to base all your knowledge off of experiences that you haven't even had yet. You trying to live and you trying to freestyle. That's the thing about building wealth. I don't know about y'all, but nobody in me, nobody around me, nobody who I knew was wealthy. So I had to freestyle my way in the game. And so what I was doing was I was reading all of the books. I was reading the books. I was looking at the CNBC. That was my gauge. That's what I was learning from. It wasn't until I started building and then started being around other people who building wealth from different ways. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So now if you jumping off the post and you don't know where to go at, boom, Wall Street Trappin, boom, Trappers Anonymous, boom, welcome to the trap. Okay, Trappers on YouTube. Like now you in the midst of you the vicinity of people who building wealth. So now you can learn, you can speed up the learning curve. You feel me? I grew up around, everybody around me was doing something else. So now though, I have a balance in my life. Now I hang around people, wealthy people all the time. Whether it's him 500, Neo Davis, or my big brother from Hood Estates, like I'm around people that's building wealth. So now, Mr. 2 weeks out, like I'm speeding my learning curve up now because now I'm around other wealthy people who in other areas of life who helping me grow. Okay, boom, speed it up. 19 keys, him 500, just other people who I've met through the clubhouse, who I done created an ecosystem now where I can just be around other wealthy people. So now I'm gonna keep learning. So my goal for you is this. I want you to look at the people around you right now and ask yourself, is anybody around me right now doing something that's motivating me to be better?